To me. The first one, we go back to 2009. I was living in Rochester, New York. I was living with my girlfriend at the time, and I would travel back to Syracuse, which is about an hour 15-minute drive. And we would visit either my parents or her parents. And I remember it was summertime, summer or fall, and we were driving through her parents' neighborhood. And there was a chair, there was a sofa chair kind of sitting out there in the front lawn of this house. And there was a for sale sign on it. It said $20. So I'm like, hey, let's check it out. She got out, looked at it, she goes, it looks good. So I'm like, here, there's $20, go run it up to the house and say we'll take it. So she takes the $20, she walks through the garage because the garage was open, and she walks out to the back porch, which was a screened in porch. And there was a really old lady there, and she gave $20 for the chair. I put the chair in the car and brought it back home. So I had a nice chair now. After Rochester, I ended up getting my job moved to Syracuse, so I was able to transfer. And at that point, I was looking for a place. My brother had just built a house, not even lived in it yet, and he had to go to Texas for the military for a while. So I ended up renting his house from him for about 10 months. Brought the chair there. At this point, now he's about ready to come home, move back into his house, so I have to find my own place. So instead of finding another apartment, I decided to go look for houses. So I looked at quite a few houses, probably 20, 25 different houses, and I finally found a house that I really liked. It was right near the thruway because I drove a lot for work, and I bought it. And the house that I bought was the same house that I bought that chair from years before. So in a creepy way, that chair made it back to this house where it exists today. My second story happened a few years back. I was hanging out with my best friend, and we were watching a TV show late at night. I believe it was Sons of Anarchy, and she fell asleep. And when that episode ended, I didn't start a new one. I was basically on my phone doing social media things. It was dark in the room other than the glow of the TV and my phone, and I noticed a weird, you know how you see something in your peripheral vision? That's what I saw. Floating above her was a black cloud, like a weird black dark cloud above her. I looked over real quick, and then I pointed my phone over the light on it, and I didn't see anything. So I went back to what I was doing. About 5 minutes or so later, I saw it again, and I turned it over, look at it again, and again I could only see it out of my peripheral vision. And she started breathing really so I was thinking about waking her up, but I waited a few seconds, and then she ended up waking up. She said she had a horrible dream that she was going downstairs in the kitchen, and when she went, there was a room across the way from where we were, and she said this figure, this really dark figure, almost looks like shadow, like grabbed her, and she tried to run, and it grabbed her by the feet, and she was levitating, and it pulled her back, and she couldn't let go, and it pulled her into the room. It was just really weird and coincidental that she told me this story right after I saw this weird black cloud over her, black mist or whatever it was, out of the corner of my eye twice. So that was kind of creepy. And my third and final story for today happened just about a week and a half ago. I was with my friend John, and we were filming, of all videos, a Ghost Stories video, or a Unexplained Happenings to Us video. And we were at this place called BB Bridge Road train tracks. And this was known to be haunted or, ghost sightings. Ever since I was in high school, I had heard things that had happened here, but personally, I've never experienced anything, but John had. And he tells a story of an experience he had there about 20 years ago. And this location is pretty much in the middle of nowhere. We both grew up in a really small town, and this was on the city, on the town limits, outside of our small little town. And just to give you an idea, the grass was about, up to your waist or higher, and pretty much in the middle of nowhere. So let me just go ahead and roll the clip from the first part of this video. So this is it. This is it, folks. We're at Beebe Bridge. And John, what about this place?
I'm nervous right now even thinking about it. Because,
Well, first of all, here's the setting. So this is where you were. How long ago was it?
let's see, I was a senior in high school. So I was 17 years old. I was delivering newspapers. My father owned a paper route. And a few nights a week, I would deliver newspapers for him.
Right.
My girlfriend at the time was in the truck with me, and part of the route was to go from the main road there down through here and to people's houses. It was a residential route, and
we are kind of in the backwoods right now.
yeah. I mean, this road's still pretty busy during the day, but this was, when we're delivering newspapers, it's 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Here comes like a truck right now.
Big semi.
Kind of like Pet Cemetery, the truck's going down. So
it's like 2 in the morning. We're driving down this road right here from the main road to hit the other houses, and I didn't believe in ghosts or anything, so I was just being a smart aleck, a wise guy, if you will. And right about where that tractor is right there, I yelled out the window, "Hey, ghost, you being a ghost?" And just when I said that, like 2 seconds later, I was coming up, because I was going kind of slow to go over the railroads. The crossings come down, and they just stayed there. They never went up. So
you're probably wondering, okay, a train's coming.
I thought a train's coming,
Right.
I was like, wow, what are the odds? And I kind of laughed it off. And then there's nothing, no sound, nothing. So
Like an eerie awkwardness?
Yeah.
Like quiet?
Yeah. I mean, 2:30 in the morning. And
What time of year was it?
It was. That's a good question. I think it was in the spring.
Okay.
So it'd be April.
So the trees probably looked a little bit less.
They were more dead,
Yeah.
if you will. They were just waking up.
Dead?
Anyway, I'm waiting at this stoplight. My girlfriend's crying because she's terrified, and I go, "Sorry about that."
Being a ghost?
I drove around the crossings and kept going. And from that day on, every time I drive over here, every time I would drive over to continue doing the newspaper route, I would be so freaked out, and I would go as fast as I could.
Well, not only that experience, but I've heard other people have seen or heard or witnessed paranormal things on this spot, right?
I believe that the story is a man was either killed or committed suicide right here around this crossing, and that this is where he is.
Well, do you know why it's called Beebe? What is it, Beebe Bridge?
Beebe Bridge Road? No,
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay. Anyway, that's where we are, Beebe Bridge Road, and that's John's story. And it's right here, so maybe we can walk around the area and just see if we can capture
See
anything.
It says no trespassing.
Ooh, but we're not going that far.
Okay, we can go up to the sign.
Yeah.
You're better telling stories than me.
Maybe we can make it to the windmills.
If we leave right now, we might be able to get to see the sunset from up there.
Okay, at this point, he pretty much wrapped it up. He told his story, and then I had an idea. I wanted to get some B-roll footage of the bars coming down, and we saw a train coming, and it was pretty far away, so I decided, let's go over there and get some B-roll footage before the train gets too close, so let's hurry. My car was parked on the opposite side of the tracks from where we came in, so if the train were to come, we'd have to wait for it to go by before we could leave. And I didn't know how long the train was. So we both jumped in the car. I turned it on, I put it in reverse, I slammed on the gas, I got across the tracks, I slammed on the brakes, I put it in park, and got out of the car. Turned on the camera immediately, and then John comes around in the front to narrate, as you're about to see.
John, it'd be cool if you come over here. Oh, here it is. You just be like, yeah, something like this.
It kind of went exactly like this.
But no train came. Are these people running towards us?
Get in the car.
Really? Are they running at us for real?
Did you catch that? If not, that's okay. I'm going to roll it again. And this time, notice behind John, in front of the camera, down the road, out of the tall weeds from the right-hand side, emerges two guys. Well, one of them starts sprinting at us. Doesn't say a thing, doesn't make any noises, just starts running our direction. Now, you can hear me sort of say, is this guy really running at us? Something along those lines. But I noticed that the train was going to be there to cut us off before he was able to get to us. So I kind of just stood there, and sure enough, he's almost at us, and then the train goes by, cuts us off. We both get in the car at this point, and that was it. So I actually played this video on one of my live streams, and I just narrated it like I did now, saying that these two guys ran at us, or one of the two guys ran at us. And one of my friends in the chat suggested that maybe it wasn't two guys running at us, that maybe it was something more sinister, like a ghost. And I don't know, but watch it again.
It kind of went exactly like this.
But no train came. Are these people running towards us?
Get in the car.
Really? Are they running at us for real? Are they running at us for real? Are they running at us for real?
So there you have it. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Was it just two kids running at us? Was it a ghost? Was it something more sinister? Did they mean us harm? I don't know. I'll probably never know. It was in the middle of nowhere, so it was kind of creepy. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to hear more of my creepy stories, let me know. I'd be happy to do more. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the notifications and miss one of my videos. Stay safe, watch out for zombies, and I'll see you guys next time.